We begin tonight with Amos, who was on his way back from the coal merchants when he saw a blonde woman leading a drugged or drunken-looking man down an alley. After a brief conversation, Amos found himself following that woman down a set of steps to a doorway at the base of a wall. You're still walking in this fog-like daze. Your feet are moving against your will. You can see everything, you can hear everything, but your body is not yours to control. You are merely a passenger being led down these steps into darkness. Did I make you roll a sanity roll for this last week?
I don't believe so, no.
No, in which case, I think at this point I would like a sanity roll from you, because this has got to be one of the more disconcerting experiences of Amos's life, as he is, as yet, unaware really of the existence of magic. However, clearly this isn't magic or anything weird. Who knows how he's rationalizing this? But
I'm just
Amos
tired.
is rationalizing this.
I'm just so tired. I'm just doing what I'm told. I'm a tired old man.
Okay. The woman unlocks the door and ushers you and the other man through into what appears to be a storage room. There are crates and boxes stacked against the walls, and piles of sacks, and a doorway on the far side that she's leading you towards. You are clearly in some sort of basement level. You can hear the sound of lapping water not too far away. You can also hear what sounds like almost groans of pain and someone calling for help in the direction you're heading towards. Step by step, you head out of this storage room and down this corridor. Another corridor branches off on your left. You can hear the lapping water from that direction. You're being led onwards into another large room. The ceiling is vaulted, the walls are lined with brick, and across the middle of the room is essentially a big, sturdy metal grating, like the bars of a prison. And beyond that grating, you can see a couple of figures huddled at the back of this room. As the lighting in here is dim, there's just a dim lantern hanging from a bracket on the wall. But you can see these huddled figures shrink backwards as the woman enters. Here you go. You can wait here for now. Sure, you'll be safe and comfortable with the others. She reaches
Is there
down. Yeah?
anything I can do at all? Can I try to resist again?
You can give me a power roll. You can try and fight against this as she's opening the cage and sort of ushering you and the other man in.
Ooh.
But now, you're feeling the grip is beginning to weaken. You can feel her grip fading, and she ushers you through this metal grating into this holding pen, this cell. You see, as I said, 3 huddled figures at the back, and even this other man. And as she's going to relock the gate, you hear a gunshot echoing in the distance. And the woman turns her head in surprise. And you've stepped through the grating, you're in this holding cell. She is going to lock the gate. And it's this moment where, as the gunshot rings out, you feel, with a snap, her control on you breaks. Her concentration drawn away by something else going on, by worry what this gunshot might mean. You have a brief moment here if you want to try to do something before she locks this gate.
I'm going to try to open the gate and get out.
Okay. So you're just trying to like force your way past her?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna ask, are you doing this by essentially just strength or speed? Are you trying to like just be quick and nip out, or are you trying to force the gate open wider so you can?
Or I'm slow and I have bad knees, so I'm just gonna try to force my way through as best I can. There's no dexterity here.
Okay. Give me a fighting brawl roll here, please. Fight your way out here. You go to push your way out, and he turns to you, looking in, almost surprised, and you see for a moment this elegant, muscular face just scrunch up in anger, and it does scrunch up, but the skin seems to wrinkle around the edges. You see. Can you give me a spot hidden, please?
Absolutely. Oof.
No, there's something off about her, but you can't quite put your finger on it. This is I mean,
Ugh.
she clangs the gate shut and turns the key in the lock and pulls it away. Your mind is your own again.
I need to hydrate better, Missy. Your face a little busted.
Shh, you stay there for now.
What? Why am I here?
Turns.
No, hey, I'm talking
towards
to you.
the sound where she heard.
Who raised you?
The man who's standing behind you, the man who was ushered in with you, is looking around in absolute horror.
It's okay.
He kind of reaches for you. So,
don't.
What did you do to us?
What did?
Where
Well, I
are
was.
we? What is this place?
We're in Cambodia, son. We're in the goddamn basement. We're in the fucking basement. Okay, I was.
How did she made us? You felt like she made us walk.
Yes, I mean the power of suggestion. I just started doing what she wanted. I don't know why.
It's like
I don't know why I did it.
hypnotist at the music hall.
No, no, that's dumb. That's not a thing. That's a trick, a parlor trick. She just was very persuasive. I'm an old man. I'm tired. I had a long day, and I was walking down. She looked like somebody. She looked like somebody I had known, recently met, and I was just talking with her, and she persuaded me to follow her. And in the lapse of moment, that's the only. I was just tired, and I wasn't thinking. It's okay. What's your name, son?
Ben.
Ben. All right, look at me, Ben. It's okay. I have some very intelligent, capable friends who will come looking for us. Everything is fine. Okay, they're gonna go get the police, who you can always count on in London, and things will be good. So just calm down. Just calm down, okay?
We're all going to die. There's a voice from the far corner of the cell.
Do I recognize the voice at all?
No, you have not met this gentleman.
Why do you think we're gonna die? Doesn't that seem a tad bit dramatic?
And one of these sort of ragged piles unfolds itself into a fairly sort of tall man as he sort of peers at you from the shadows. You notice he's missing a considerable number of his fingers.
Oh,
one by one, they come and they keep disappearing, and they don't come back after that.
Who?
Anyone that's been down here.
Well, I'm going to be fine. I personally believe in gumption and perseverance. So just, it's you got to make it out of it what it's going to be. All right.
I reckon they're either eating people.
Eating people?
I don't know. We hear horrible sounds. People screaming.
Listen, I too have been to an opera once or twice, but they're probably not eating people.
There ain't no opera down here, mate.
Well, yes, we're in a basement. We have There's a way to handle difficult situations. You keep calm. You keep your wits about you. How long have you been here, son? What's your name?
I've lost track of day and night down here. My name's Bob. They call me Six Finger Bob.
Six Finger Bob.
Only, be honest, I'm down to 5 now.
Oh, now you're
That's counting
Five-Fingered
thumbs.
Bob. Ah, thumbs are important. Yes.
Yeah.
I try to make him laugh. Try to raise his spirits.
And give me a charm roll here, please. Let's see how you can.
I am as charming as a snake bite, ironically.
Yes. Look, you spent all your dice energy on that first sanity roll.
Yeah.
It's gonna be red from here on out.
I'm cooked. Amos is cooked.
But
That joke was in poor taste. I'm sorry.
Bob
Yeah, I'm probably
slumps
just
back down against the wall.
I'm probably just gonna sit down and shut the fuck up now. Unless anybody has any good ideas as to what we can do. Actually, hold on. Maybe fresh set of eyes will help.
I'm gonna look around and see if there's anything I can leverage, both literally or figuratively, to my advantage. Is there a weakness in the bars? Is there a hole in the wall?
Give
Anything
me
such
a
as
spot
that.
hidden, please.
I'm going to concentrate. I'm going to use my keen mind. I am not doing well.
As you look around, the light is very dim in here. It's dark. You can see the brick walls seem solid. There's not really any gaps. The metal bars themselves are well made, sturdy, and look reasonably recent. Like these are not old, rusted metal bars that have been down here for a long time. Someone has, in the last, couple of years or so, probably created this metal grating, this bars of a cell across this room. There's one single door with a lock in it. But you can't see any signs of obvious weakness.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to my newfound friends. All right, the B team of the Esoteric Society, if you will.
I'm gonna look at him. So, listen, this is a strange predicament that we're in, but I have an idea. Right? Everybody scoot on up, closer to the door. Just be disheveled and kind of sprawl out a little bit as we are. And the next time they open the door to get somebody, we'll all rush up. All right? And then we'll do fisticuffs.
I saw one of the lads try that when I first got here.
Well,
they bit his arm off.
Do you want to? I don't want to offend you, but I don't want to be mean. But you remind me of someone who works for me, and that raises a great deal of ire. My gutty works.
I don't go around working for the likes of you, your fancy opera.
I don't work in an opera.
Where do you work then?
I am an accountant.
Just what we need in this situation, an accountant.
Well, I was going to be a petty, pathetic bitch, but you already took that position. So, you can either try to get the fuck out of the goddamn cell, or you can die like a coward.
They've said a lot of things about me over the years. One thing they never say about Six-Fingered Bob is that he's a coward.
Well then,
I've never
raise
turned
your
down
ire.
a fight.
You then
even when I probably ought.
Then sit up here with me, Six-Fingered, now Five-Fingered Bob, and then fight.
And he steps up to the grill beside you.
Yes, there you go.
Ben sort of takes a couple of shuffling steps.
Now just look natural. Look disheveled. Look downtrodden.
Look natural?
Are you a parrot? You know, I am usually a pretty calm, kind man.
What's natural about being kidnapped by hypnotists?
I said look natural, not that this is natural. Words have meanings. This is why I prefer numbers. It's a very absolute, concrete, fixed meaning.
Listen,
So they step up. Yeah, sorry.
No. I want to try to do a psychology check on the group at large if I can. I'm trying to figure out just how broken are they? Are they going to be completely useless in a fight? Like, are they shell shocked? Like, is there anything I can do to help them? Amos is just grasping at straws, and he's also
Okay, give
really
me a
frustrated.
psychology roll here.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay. I suspect from the reaction that was a success. And you can see the other two that have not spoken yet, they're huddled by the wall, seem, from what you can tell from here, completely broken. Bob didn't necessarily have that many brain cells to rub together when he went in here, which is possibly why he's remained relatively sane compared to everyone else.
Okay.
You get the impression he's not perhaps the smartest tool in the shed, but he's still got his wits about him. Ben seems much more sort of openly terrified.
Okay, I'm gonna try to harness that both of these men's situations. So for the one that is more terrified,
Ben, you a family man? Are you married? You got a sweetheart?
I've got a sweetheart, yeah. Susie.
Well, I can't wait to get you home to your beloved Susie. And Bob, I apologize for any of my deleterious remarks about your character. I do apologize. I'm a little stressed. I am sorry.
As long as you're not picking a fight, don't turn down a fight.
Well, exactly. That's why you're here. What about those other two blokes? How long they been here?
They were here when I got here.
Oh, that's probably not good. Does everybody have the same story? A blonde woman persuaded them to come into this area.
Yeah, I was drinking. Lovely blonde lady comes over. I get chatting, and the next thing I know, I'm following her across the river and down here.
Oh, God. Happens. I followed her down an alleyway, and now I'm here. All right,
Yeah.
So,
I'd been hearing,
how?
I'd been hearing stories about her before that, and even then I still followed her. Folks been calling her Bella.
Stories?
They say when someone disappears, a blonde woman took him, and they say, oh, that's Bella. She takes him.
Bella the blonde taker. Oh, God, it sounds like a Penny Dreadful. Okay.
This whole thing's
Look,
a Penny Dreadful. We've been kidnapped and we're in an underground cellar.
I agree that is an indisputable fact. Anyway, I might as well get comfortable and prepare for battle. I mean, quite frankly, I'm a little embarrassed I couldn't break through. Something with her face though is really weird.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Like the skin don't fit right.
Yeah, bad water. Well, to pass the time, I'm going to regale you with a lot of stuff from Socrates. So,
and then I just start talking about philosophy to pass the time.
Okay, as Amos begins talking about philosophy, and as Bob tries to maintain his composure and not punch this annoying accountant in the face, we go over to Maximilian and John, who had left Delphine Delaney's and crossed the river heading towards the Gaskill Drugs and Dice factory on the south bank of the Thames. You, I think, were coming here to try and meet up with Mortimer and D'Angelo. Is that correct?
Yes, and maybe find a way to safely dispose of, I guess, soup by now.
Yes. body soup. So yes, you can see the factory with the metal sign over the door, Gaskill's D&D, the various buildings beyond this high brick wall that surrounds the factory. There's a sort of a burly-looking bodyguard on the front gate.
Do you think? Do you think Mortimer and D'Angelo, they just walked in to talk to Gaskill? Or
I mean, probably.
Let's go. Let's see if they're here. Yes?
What's your business here? Can't just go wandering in.
Why not?
I'm not Bob. Hang on. You need a new voice. What's your business here? You can't just go wandering in.
Oh, we intending to meet up with a couple of friends of ours who are visitors here, or guests, I guess.
We had a couple of colleagues who just arrived a bit ago. We were to meet up with them and some other people in the factory.
Oh, yeah. The others were here a couple of hours ago. We went to talk to Mr. Valance, the foreman.
Yeah.
His gentleman over there with the bowler hat.
No, I see. Have they left already?
No, I've not seen him leave. No.
You think they're still on a tour around the factory?
Oh, well.
Possibly. If they went out, I missed them.
Well, then could you point us to the front office?
You want to talk to the foreman? Guy in the bowler hat. Just there. You see him? Just in front of that building.
Yep. Thank you. We'll go to the guy with the foreman. The bowler hat.
Right. I can't remember his voice from last week. Afternoon, gentlemen.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
We're looking for Dr. Davenport and Mr. Williams, who've been here to visit.
Oh, they've left.
They've left.
Yeah, they were here. They're gone. You must just missed them.
No.
You rather expected them to be here for quite a while.
Well,
yeah, you must have just missed them. Yeah, they were left not 15 minutes ago.
Can I tell?
I see.
Can I tell if he's trying to put us on, or?
Give me a psychology roll if you'd like. Yeah.
Well, I certainly can't.
I wouldn't like to, but I will. Oh, well, what do you know?
Oh, wow.
This man is definitely lying. And also seems very nervous about something. He's scared, but not of you. He's scared of something, but it's not you.
All right. I don't know that, so I'm gonna just ask you. Ask him. Would you know if you had some like dangerous liquid that you needed to safely dispose of, and best burn or something, but to keep like the gases in? How would you do that? I mean, you're having like a big factory like that here.
Oh yeah. You pump it into the river.
Yeah, I mean, but that means the stuff is like in the river where people like shit and drinking.
Oh, it goes out into the sea.
Yeah, everything goes in the Thames.
Yeah. There isn't too much downstream of here. Just
You
docks.
Yeah, who cares about that? So, are you sure they've left already? I mean, it doesn't seem like it would be that they would have. Is there anyone else here that they would have gone to see?
Oh, they went to talk to the Dr. Forbes, the research guy, but
Oh yes, Forbes. Yeah. Could we go see him?
Oh, I think he's a bit busy now.
That's quite all right.
He said he was working on something very important that was not to be disturbed for the rest of the day.
It's really extremely important that we do talk to him.
Look, I'm really sorry, but it's gonna need to be tomorrow.
No, I don't think we can wait. It's really important that we see him then. And I think you're not being entirely honest with us.
Look, Get out of here. I don't know what's
Why?
going on. You don't want to be involved in it.
Well,
What
Oh,
Forbes is playing at. Just get out of here.
so it's something like that. I see. And I'm gonna go straight.
No! No! Don't go down there. They'll see you.
we must. We can't leave our colleagues here. We must get them.
I'm gonna turn and look around for something heavy,
I mean,
like
are
a
you
sledgehammer, like any tool, whatever.
looking around in the immediate vicinity, give me a look roll. Let's see if you happen to be standing by anything particularly useful.
Oh, come on! Ultimately hates me.
He- He found a pillow.
Looking around, there's not really any tools or such in display just in the open yard. There is like a large barrel and a brick.
Oh, I mean, like, that's not a particular use. I'm just gonna walk in like that.
Could you please take us to where you think they were last?
It's
Right. Well, if you're too afraid, it's fine. At least give us the detailed directions. You can go on your way.
research and development. The building with the green door over there. But I warned you. Don't say I didn't warn you.
We won't say anything at all.
No, if we don't come back, you don't need to worry. And well, you do need to worry. If we do come back, you maybe don't need to worry less. Oh well, whatever.
Look, I didn't know about any of this. There's no to do with me.
Yeah, I believe you.
Yeah, we can believe you on that one. It was pretty obvious that you were not entirely on the up and up. But anyway, thank you for the directions, and let's go.
As we walk away, should we turn around and get the gun?
Well, it's been a couple hours already.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, I'll keep walking and keep looking desperately for something that is potentially useful weapon.
Well, you walk towards this brick building you've been pointed towards as research and development with this dark green painted door. The door itself looks slightly damaged.
From the inside or out?
From the outside, like the lock's been snapped.
Oh. Well, it should be easy to get in.
Well, let's go and open the door. I guess that's where they got in.
The door itself is not locked. And on the other side of that is what looks to be essentially a laboratory. You can see there are wooden benches with various pieces of glassware, cabinets along the wall holding various bottles of various liquids, labelled with little paper labels. Most of these, in fact many of these, are brightly coloured.
Okay. Are there any instruments or implements laying about that could be useful, that are sturdy enough to be useful? And,
There are stirring rods, there are like metal clamp stands, there
That would work.
are...
Perfect. I'm gonna grab one of those, and I'm gonna grab something. They don't have labeling yet. Otherwise, I would have just grabbed something with the most dangerous-looking label and just grabbed like
The
the box.
labels are all just handwritten paper labels. There is, as yet, no sort of kosh labelling system.
I mean, I got natural world. I mean, it's not really.
How good's your science?
Science is nil. I mean, the 1% chance.
Yeah.
So that's a nope. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab the stand, or those have some sharp corners.
Yeah, I think that would probably count as a small club in terms of damage.
Something like that,
That's
yeah.
the best equivalent. Despite the great extensive weapons table, laboratory clamp stand is not, in fact, on there.
Yes, it's not really. The hand doesn't really handle well to get everything over.
No. But yes, John, did you want to pick anything up?
I'm not extremely well versed in hand-to-hand combat, but I'll pick up something.
Okay. So yeah, as I said, there's sort of lampstands, stirring rods, what else? Various glass bottles, like long glass pipettes,
Those are too delicate.
chairs, some books, like
Oh, there we go.
books containing notes. Is
Um,
that what you think?
yeah, I'll go with one of them.
A sturdy book.
Yes.
Okay.
I think I'll grab a couple of those brightly colored bottles. Don't know what it is. I'll just randomly grab them and maybe throw them at whatever it is.
Okay.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, in the corner of this room, there is only one door. There's various wooden cupboards, but there's only one door leading out of this room, and that's in the far corner.
Is it open or closed?
It's closed.
As we get closer to it, can we hear anything going on the other side of it?
Give me a listen roll, please.
It's bullying me.
Maximilian, you cannot hear anything. John? Well, we will get to what you hear in a moment. You press your ear against this door and listen. Because now, we go to Mortimer and D'Angelo. Some indeterminate amount of time before the events that are occurring upstairs. The last thing, D'Angelo, you remember is the sudden drop into unconsciousness as the fumes from the broken bottle filled the foot of the stairwell. Mortimer, the last thing you remember is descending the staircase the second time to try and haul Dr. Forbes up. And then for both of you, there was blackness, darkness, and silence, until you both come to consciousness. You are lying on your backs, each of you strapped to what appears to be an operating table, I think would be the best way to describe this. Your legs and arms have both been bound down to the table with what feels like very sturdy leather cuffs. They're designed to immobilize a patient, stop them from, struggling should the I can't say that word. Anesthetic not be enough to keep them unconscious. You can turn your heads left and right, but your field of view is rather limited. Looking up, you can see this vaulted brick ceiling. You're in a larger room than the one you first entered. Got this barrel vaulted brick ceiling. You can just about make out the tops of a couple of doors leading off it, one at either end of the room. You can also see there seems to be sort of shelving and cabinets running down either side of this room. You can hear people moving around. You can hear someone crying in pain. Like they sound like they're in a good deal of pain. You can hear someone else muttering away in a language that Mortimer you would recognize but you do not understand as Yes?
Could do a narcle roll, couldn't I?
Yes, you know written narcle. You're not familiar with the spoken narcle. This will be hard, so this will be hard. But yes, you can give me a roll. See if anything of this comes through.
Stranger things have happened. Nope, that's a fail, but that's
Don't
quite...
understand what's being said, but you can tell it is narcle, and the voice that's being said in it is.
I think a hard success to get that, which would be 10 luck.
10 luck if you want to understand some of what's being said.
I won't, but I think I might need all the luck out for something else.
Okay.
Are we actually in the same room anyway?
Turning your head sort of all the way to your left, you can see D'Angelo there. It's up to you two, both, how obvious you want to make the fact that you are now conscious.
Who else is in the room? Can we see if I'm looking around?
Looking around, you can see there is a third table. So there's sort of these 3 operating tables in the row. The third one has someone else in it. And leaning ahead, you can see it is the serpent person that you shot. And there is a second serpent person leaning over them, who seems to be essentially carrying out surgery.
You mentioned the shelves. Are they labelled or any writing on them?
They are. You can't read it from where you are. Too small, it's too
Okay.
far away. There is also a third. Also in the room, you can see, sort of propped up against one wall is Dr. Forbes. He still appears to be unconscious.
Okay.
The last person in this room is not someone you've met before, and they don't appear, from where you can see, to have scales. They are a blonde woman in a green dress, standing at the far corner of the room. In fact, she's probably just entering as you're coming to consciousness.
Okay, I'll just lie quietly for now then.
Keeper, can I feel my sword nearby?
Yes, you can feel it nearby. In fact, just at the corner right, you can see it. You can see Mortimer's medical bag and your sword up against in the corner of the room. So the sword leant up against the wall, the medical bag on the ground.
Do I think I can pull on its magic at this distance?
You need to be touching it to draw from it. You can also
Noted.
make out of the corner of the room the last thing you see, as well as the shelving around the room and these 3 surgical tables. Essentially, it appears to be a large sort of basin/vat affixed to one wall with something bubbling away in it. You can't see what's bubbling away, but you can hear there's something just bubbling away, just out of sight in that vat.
Based on what I can see, without moving extremely, can I tell kind of a social hierarchy or a psychological hierarchy between the people in the room?
Oh yeah, give me a psychology roll. Give me a psychology roll.
Success.
You can hear between the cracks of the paint the serpent person on the table seems to be given instructions to the one who is doing the surgery. In fact, the person who's doing the surgery doesn't look, as far as you can judge, like serpent person sort of. So, they don't look exactly like they know what they're doing. But both, you would suspect, if anything, that the blonde woman is in charge. She seems to be watching and overseeing what's going on here.
I will also
Yeah.
stay quiet. I will stay quiet for now.
Turning her attention, and she pushes off from the wall and walks over towards the 2 of you. So she's now standing in between the tables with the 2 of you on. You have woken up.
Good day to you. How are you today?
The politeness of humans never fails to amuse. But better days, yeah.
Yes, much the same here, you might be surprised by. But,
yes. So, who sent you? Why are you poking round?
As I should really introduce myself. I'm Dr. Mortimer Davenport. I've had a couple of patients who've fallen ill with unusual signs that seem to be tied in with this place and some of the medicines from here. may as well be fairly honest.
She stepped away, so now she's turned her back on D'Angelo and she's sort of leaning over Mortimer, sort of looming in your field of vision.
I'm a rather talented doctor, and it looks like you're working on something, some form of hybridization between, let's say, serpent people and ape people. But it doesn't seem to be going quite so well, because although I understand that serpent person medicine...
Why would we want to hybridize with you?
No, it
You're
seems
kind of
strange, because that's the two people I encountered who the medicine seems to have a partial effect. One of them dissolved to next to nothing, and the other seems to have grown fangs, but not much else, and they seem to be quite ill, and to be fair, I suspect they'll die within a few hours.
Are you talking about Mr. Gaskill? Because he did not have fangs.
I know, I'm saying that, but
Okay.
that's what I'm talking about.
Just wanted to make sure that
defining
wasn't
what
yeah.
I'm talking about. But it looks like whoever has been responsible for this knows a great deal about, well, say, serpent person physiology and medicine, but not much about human medicine. It seems to be a bit of a... It doesn't seem to be going so well.
I assume she sort of nods over to where Dr. Forbes is unconscious against the wall. That you're referring to the doctor's work. He is no medic. He doesn't know what he's doing.
And he's a chemist. I mean, that's like one step beneath a botanist, really.
He will. You do not need to worry about him anymore. You don't need to worry about anything anymore.
Well, depends if you...
Worries are to come to an end very soon.
I mean, it depends on what you're aiming to do, because it seems interesting, because your medicine and science is much more advanced than ours, but it doesn't seem to be succeeding.
You don't know what we're trying to do. How would you possibly know that we're succeeding or not with it?
Exactly. But I could probably help you. I understand human physiology probably more than you do.
You know not what we do, and yet you offer to help? What if I told you we were trying to kill every human on this planet? Would you help us then?
But are you trying to kill every human or turn every human into a serpent person?
You offered to help us. Now you want to know what we want to do. What if we were trying to unleash a plague of killer bees on your city? Would you help us then? No, you were so quick. Too quick to offer. You think, yes, I offer to help. The silly serpent lady will untie me.
No, not
and
at all.
then I will shoot her.
How would I
shot as I nest?
But it is an interesting what you're trying to do, but it doesn't seem to be working. But I don't understand what you're trying to do.
You don't need to worry your little head about that.
To me, it looks like hybridization. And you're telling me it isn't.
She sort of leans over, she prods at the skin of your face. You've held up fairly well against the sleeping mist. Perhaps you would survive. Our other subjects have a terrible habit of dying on us.
Unfortunately, that happens when you don't understand the physiology of what you're using them on.
Well, we will see if you survive. Now just hold still for a moment. I'll be back.
Quick question.
Yes?
Would I have been allowed any roles on this?
What are you trying to do?
Exactly what I've been saying. One, to try and basically imply that I know a great deal about medicine, but also try to sway her to be open to.
If you're trying to get her to let you go in this moment, I will say that it's not
To let
currently with what you said, not possible.
No, but to one, impress her with my medical knowledge that I would be a benefit, and two, potentially.
Okay, you're trying to persuade. Essentially, you're trying to persuade that you're more used to them alive as a collaborator than
Yes.
as a test subject. Is that the idea here?
That's the idea. So I'm not sure
Okay.
it has to be a charm potentially for.
So my question here is: are you genuinely suggesting that you are on board with helping the Serpent people with their plan?
I don't know what their plan is.
Give me a fast talk roll here, please.
Oh, I fast talk.
Because this is.
Because he is actually interested in learning about
This
what.
is deception. You're trying to pull one over on them here.
No, that's a fail then.
Yes.
I wasn't deceiving him as such. I'm actually genuinely interested in learning about their medicine.
And you're genuinely interested in helping them with their scheme? Create the killer bees?
Well, I don't know. What are they trying to do? Depends if they've been honest with me. Which actually, could I try a psychology roll on what she was saying?
Yes, you can give me a psychology roll. Yes.
See if any of the bits she said was true. No, that's a fail.
She's
Never
hard
mind.
to get a read on.
Yeah, it's the
Face
snakiness.
a calm. Well, she doesn't look like she's not a snake. Her face is a
No,
calm
but she
mask.
sounds it. But she sounds it, and she's
Yes.
behaving as if she is.
Yes. She wonders more.
Mm.
Yes, D'Angelo?
Since I've been listening to their conversation, can I get an idea of what motivates this particular woman? Is it loyalty or is it like power, desire? Can I get an idea?
See if you can get a read on.
Wonderful.
Yes. Also, I'll just then ask her a straightforward question.
Yes, you can see she's just been partly out of your line of sight towards the shelves by the walls. Seems to be picking something up.
I
Deanne,
could buy a hard success if it will make a difference.
I think a success is probably to get you just. She seems almost amused by what's going on here. She seems like you very much get her talking strengthens the position, your impression that she is the one that's in charge here. This is her project, whatever this is. The other two, we don't know what their deal is, but she is pulling the strings here, and she doesn't seem particularly perturbed by the fact that, this is going on. Like, it's an inconvenience to her. This is not the end of the world, or whatever she's up to.
Do I think she's in this to gain power or for genuine curiosity to whether or not they can succeed at whatever it is they're doing?
From what she said so far, you don't know yet. But yes, Mortimer, you were going to ask her a question?
I'm assuming you are a serpent person, although you do not look like one at the moment.
Serpent person.
I know. What would you prefer me to refer to as?
A person?
Oh,
You
fair.
prefer me to call you hairless monkey person every time I refer to you?
I have been referred to as an ape person before, but it's okay as a person. But is it? I know of some of your species who wear human skin to conceal their appearance,
Quite a
but
lovely one, this, isn't it?
oh, you are wearing human skin. I was under the impression that some used an illusion and some wore a set of skin.
You can touch it up with illusion, but you need the skin for a truly good impression.
Oh, fair enough. I was just curious about which option you were choosing.
This one was so kindly donated by one of my first test subjects.
I see.
Maybe if I don't use... Well, if this doesn't work, enough of your skin may remain intact, but we can get Sineste a new skin to wear. You said you were a doctor, yes? You have access to patients.
I'm thinking of being working.
A medical doctor, yes?
I am.
Where is it you work?
Well, that's for me to know and you not to know just yet. But
I'm sure I searched through your bags would find some useful information on who you are.
Oh, nothing to work out. But yes, I'm a medical doctor, former military doctor.
There are lots of connections then.
Of course.
Maybe not that one then. Maybe this one. She reaches for a vial and you see you take like a large metal syringe.
Is there anything I can see written on the bottles that she's handling?
Yes. Give me an occult roll.
Let's see. Nope, that's a very much a fail. I'll succeed one of these days, I will.
Yeah.
1 in 10 chance.
Of anything you saw, but yes. Little leans over to look at D'Angelo. You are very quiet. Are you also a medical doctor who's willing to help us in our plans in order for us to so conveniently let you go?
In a way, I'm a doctor. But you would not be the first person to ask me if I would help them. Black Pharaoh was much more interesting with his question.
I've heard many bluffs, but that one is a new one. Mostly people are screaming and begging by this point. You are claiming knowledge of things that you do not understand.
How many things I don't understand.
You... Oh, look. Little ape people, you think you know so much because you invoke some old names. Things that are older and crueler and have been here far longer. There are things in this world older than your entire people.
You mean Yig?
Well, you are a very well-read pair, aren't you?
There is another. I know some Serpent people serve not Yig, but something else, which I can't. Something that seems a bit strange. I can't remember what it was. It seemed like a toad-like, bat-like thing or something. I can't remember. I could be wrong. But I understand Yig is the great serpent or father of serpents.
Yig is indeed the father of... You say you came here looking for answers, yet you seem to have so many already.
Well, to be fair, I was already aware that Serpent people exist in London. But
many people know that.
I believe the police
Enough.
were because they were looking into it over a couple of bodies that they received.
The police? You claim they know? They don't know. Wouldn't know they're fed from their hand.
Not all the police. I mean, generally, I think they're trying to keep it quiet because they believe people panic, which is probably true. People
They claim that they know everything and they just choose to let us carry on undisturbed.
Individuals can be quite intelligent and smart, but people as a group are stupid. Extremely stupid.
So, to cut back to the top of the staircase. John, you can hear Mortimer's voice. You can't make out the exact words, but he seems to be saying something about the police and people are stupid. And you hear a woman's voice as well. As I said, you can't make out all the words, but you can make out Mortimer talking to someone and down there.
Max. Mortimer's. I hear Mortimer talking in this other room, and there's someone else in there with him as well talking.
Oh well, that was quick. Let's go down there.
All right. I can't tell what they're talking about, so let's try to make it a surprise.
Should we try and sneak in?
Yeah, let's try.
Sure. We'll go and try and get down there stealthy.
Okay, I'd like you two to both give me a stealth roll. Then we're gonna go check on in
Obviously.
land. Okay.
I mean, trying. I mean, I'm technically not bad.
As you head downstairs, your feet crunch on broken glass on the stairs.
Well,
You didn't
no,
think it
well.
was that loud, but Mortimer, back in the room below, you see the woman tilt her head to one side, and then she calls over to the other serpent person and says something in the car.
Did I hear anything when she tilts her head?
Give me a listen roll. As she beckons... No, you didn't hear anything. To the other serpent person. And the two of them turn towards one of the doors out of the room.
I have something you would be interested in.
Shh. Wait a moment. And as they turn... Unless you can carry on talking, D'Angelo. She seems to be turning away to that other direction. If you've got something...
The Book of
planned there.
Arbonne.
And she pauses. And turns back towards D'Angelo. She says... And points the other serpent person towards the door. And she leans back towards D'Angelo. And that's when we're going to go back to Amos and Co. Look, if you say another word, I'm gonna punch you.
All right. I get
I
the
don't want to hear any
unexamined.
more about this Socrates.
The unexamined life isn't for everyone. I understand. I understand. Examined life is for everyone, though.
You think they're even coming back?
What?
They could just leave us here to starve.
They could, but
There was a
they come
gunshot
back.
earlier, I heard it.
Well, maybe they got shot. I mean, it's listen. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Well, I suppose we could start eating the two in the corner.
No.
No?
We won't be doing that. No.
And if they're going to leave us down here, guess start
They-
thinking
they-
about that sort of thing.
They could. Well, of course. You gotta. That's why I was focusing on the philosophy. Listen. It'll be. Well, why don't you think it'll be okay?
Bad feeling about this place because everything. How are you so calm? I've
Do
been
you
in
really
some
want the
bad
answer to that?
situations over the years. Really bad situations.
Well,
But this one's the weirdest. Well, apart from those weird people down at the docks. No, they were pretty weird.
Well,
They dropped me into the Thames, and then something bit one of my fingers off. I managed to swim to shore, but I swear, there's things living down there.
yeah, fish. Anyway,
That was not a fish.
an eel. I don't know. Possibly an exotic London raccoon. I'm telling you, they're real.
What's
Anyway,
a raccoon?
it's a conspiracy. Anyway, what I'm telling you is, at the end of the day, this isn't the worst situation I've ever been in. I've already lost everything that really matters to me, and I've rebuilt much of it. So you just take life as it comes and goes.
Alright. So we wait.
Yeah, have you? No, you're gonna punch me. Never mind. Let me give this place a look over again.
Keeper, could I once again maybe it's out of boredom, maybe it's out of desperation, but I am trying to find something to what's
It looks a very nicely sturdily made set of bars.
Gotcha.
Yep, steel metal.
Unless you can either drum up enough strength somehow to break either the lock or the bars, unless you can pick a lock, or find some other way to trick your way out of there. The door does not look like it's going to open on its own.
That's that last one. Find some other way.
I mean, the walls are brick lined. Maybe if you start chipping.
Yeah, is there anything I could use to start chipping?
What have you got in your pockets?
The One Ring. No, nothing. There would be absolutely, positively nothing that would help me there. I have some pen, some paper,
pen?
some, maybe not. Yeah, I don't even know if I'd have that.
A pen, a pencil.
Maybe a writing utensil. Like, I don't think he would have anything, because he specifically set out like to be as light as possible.
Essentially, you've got anything that's reasonable for you to have in your pockets as a traveling accountant.
He literally. Why did I leave my gun? Yeah, he's just kind of stuck. He's like,
do you have anything on you that we could use to pick that lock?
No, I don't really. Have you got any? You see Ben patting down his pockets.
What about the forlorn two back there?
Not going near them.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I'm gonna walk over to them.
You two. Hey, are you all right?
No.
Okay, that was a stupid question, admittedly.
They're coming for us. The snakes are coming for us. Can you hear them through the walls?
No. Absolutely positive.
The snakes.
Oh, yes, the snakes. The snakes are coming. Yes. Hey, do you have anything in your pockets we could use to pick that lock? Turn out your pockets, please.
I have a very tiny pocket knife.
Can I borrow it?
No, it's mine.
That's why it is yours. Could I borrow it so we can leave?
Give me a persuasion roll. Or
Persuasion. No whammies. I am. Oh my God.
Knife. You're not taking it from me. I've seen how that big guy looks at me. He's gonna eat us. I've heard him talking. Every time Mills is late, he starts talking about which one of us he's gonna eat.
Yeah, that is to be
fighting me off.
To be fair to you, that is kind of disconcerting.
Okay, Keeper, could I make a luck roll to see if I have anything?
The last meal.
Oh yeah, that's a sentence that you just said. Yeah.
Keeper, could I make a luck roll to see if I have anything in my pockets that might be applicable to pocket or to lock picking?
As I've said, you've got anything
okay.
that you
maybe
you think that you would reasonably have in your pockets, as long as it's not stuff that you wouldn't reasonably have in your pockets.
Maybe I kept a pen in my pocket.
Yeah. That seems perfectly reasonable.
All right. Locksmith, is that the role?
Yes.
Are any of you good at this by any chance?
No, I'm not really. That wasn't really my work. If I needed to get through a door that was locked, I just kind of kicked it.
That's fair.
May had some good people that did that sort of stuff, but...
Who did? Never mind. This is the worst!
And as the worst day of Amos's life continues, as he tries to learn to pick locks with a pen, we go back to the treatment room, where the serpent person who looks like a serpent person has turned to the door and is just about to head out. But the other one, Bella, leans towards D'Angelo. The Book of describe. How would you come by such a thing?
I told you, I've had conversations with older beings than myself. I've walked the world of dreams and communicated with all kinds of horrors, one of which saw fit to give me a small token of knowledge.
Do you wish to bargain for your freedom with this knowledge?
Of course. Both of our lives and an agreement to share whatever knowledge you manage to glean. Sure, you can understand the limitations someone like me would have under comprehending such a thing.
And she sort of tilts her head in contemplation. The other serpent person opens the door of the treatment room and steps out. John and Maximilian. Crunching through the glass, you reach at the foot of the stairs to this small room. You can see there's one door leading off it on the far side. There's some wooden cabinet shelving on the walls. There is blood on the floor. There is broken glass on the floor. This room, at the moment that you enter it, is empty, but you can hear voices on the other side of the door.
Well, keep going. I don't. Can we hear the other serpent person coming?
Give me. What did you get on your list roll? You did. John, you've rolled that extreme success, so you can hear there's footsteps on the other side of the door.
Oh, there's someone's coming towards this door.
All right. I'm gonna go to the side of the door. So when the door opens, I'm not immediately in front of it.
Okay, so will you be behind the door, or you're on the
No.
other side?
On the other side, not behind the door.
And I will stand in front of the door so they see me first, and hopefully I can distract them for the moment.
The door opens, and first of all, you two seen a serpent person before?
Did I see Miss Delphine?
Delphine looks like
Always
a woman.
as well. All right.
Yeah,
so
I need both of you to make me a
Well-
sanity roll before we go any further.
And
As
I've
the door
seen-
swings open and this scaly man.
Well, I've also seen Jeffrey Palmer in his various stages of.
No, this doesn't count.
Okay.
No.
well, I'm not failed that. Oh, if I'm going mad right next to this poor thing.
I need you to both roll me 1d6, please.
Roll20 really doesn't let me today.
Okay. Maximilian, does that take you down below your daily limit?
It takes me right to it, but it's
roll
still
me an
5.
intelligence roll then. Okay. John,
Oh, yeah, sure,
you
obviously.
lose 2 points of sanity. You shrink back instinctively as the door opens, and you've heard about serpent people. You've been told about them, but there's something very different to that and being face to face with this walking serpent man staring at you.
Okay.
And Maximilian, you've like, the reality far surpasses your imagination of what this will mean. Please roll me 1d10 as you enter a bout of madness.
Oh no.
9.
9. I believe that is either an obsession or a phobia. I never remember which way round it is.
Hit the red
Phobia.
list. Huh? New phobia. Let's put that on the list.
Are you currently afraid of reptiles?
Not yet.
Yeah. You know what? There's something really, really deeply disconcerting about reptiles. I mean, it's just the scaliness of them. It's just... there's something deeply wrong, especially snakes. Snakes are the worst.
How close to Indiana Jones can I get?
Why did it have to be snakes? Yes, you have now a phobia of reptilian things, and the source of your phobia is directly in front of you now, which will apply a penalty to your actions going forward, as long as there are any scaly serpent people involved, or other serpentine things. Yeah.
Gonna hit it anyway.
This terrifying thing. Okay. With a penalty die, give me a roll.
Obviously.
Okay. So, one penalty, so that is a failure. You hesitate just for a moment too long before bringing the clamp stand down upon its head. That's just the fear of this thing. Too much. And it has seen you, it has seen John. It shouts out something in a language you do not understand. And it is going to turn and essentially just kind of lunge at Maximilian. And Maximilian, would you like to try and
Fight back.
dodge out of this or fight back against it? As it lunges towards you, just...
I assume I would have the penalty die on the dodge as well, right?
Yes.
Fight back. You know, Roll20, there's other numbers below, like 80.
And it slams you back against the wall. You get the sense that it was slightly surprised by suddenly there being two of you outside this door. But it slams you back against the wall. And that will be... only 2 points of damage.
Yeah.
Accordingly, that I roll, it just slams you back against the wall. John, Maximilian is slammed against the wall. You can see past this serpent person into the room beyond, where there are 3 surgical tables. There's this domed brick ceiling. There are people strapped to the tables, and there is a woman in there looking in your leaning over one of the tables, who has now looked up at the shout.
I had my plan was when they came through the door to shout out Mortimer's name very loudly so he knew that we were there, and also to distract them so that Maximilian would have a chance to whack him on the head. Obviously that didn't work out. While Max and the other snake person are engaged, I'm going to try running in to the room.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to ask for a dodge roll here to essentially get around and past them without causing any impediment, but it's not difficult. I'm going to give you a bonus die on it because it's not difficult.
Ah. Okay.
And that was before I saw what you'd rolled there.
Yeah, all right. So, you want me to roll again?
Yeah, roll again, please.
Okay.
Still a failure.
Yeah.
You trying to so you're trying to essentially run through this door as the serpent person is slamming Max against the wall. Your foot tangles the door frame and you go crawling forwards into the room. D'Angelo and Mortimer, from your position on the bed, you see as just John comes diving forwards into the room. And Bella looks up from D'Angelo towards where John has just entered the room. And that is going to be where we go to break, because otherwise I will forget to do it. We'll be back in 10 minutes' time. So, John comes tumbling into the room. The serpent person slams Maximilian up against the wall. And the woman in the green dress looks up towards John.
Oh, hello there. And I stand up and advance towards her.
And she sort of looks at you for a moment, and she raises up a gun.
Hmm.
Stop. All right, there.
Okay, I stop.
Back against the wall. As
Which-
this is happening, Maximilian, what are you doing?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to. Does it have me pinned?
It's slammed you up against the wall. You're not pinned. You can still move and fight. It went for damage rather than maneuver.
Okay. I'm just gonna. I have this thing in my hand. I'm just gonna slam it against the back of its head, against the side of its head.
Okay, with a penalty die, give me a fighting brawl, please. It is going to
Statistics. At some points, it'll not
try and
work.
fight back, but it's
Wait a minute. That's not that much. I'm gonna spend the luck on that.
okay. So you rolled. Hang on,
That's
73
a.
and a
Oh
96.
wait, no. I need both, right? And I need to
Yeah.
take the other one down. Never
Yeah, you need
mind.
to take the lowest of the first two, essentially.
Yeah, no, that's not a feasible one. No, never mind.
But luckily it failed and it's fighting back, but it is now going to try and sink its teeth into you because you are being feisty here. You can try and fight back, or you can try and dodge out of the way.
I'll try to fight back. At some point, it'll have to. There you go. How much is this for a hard success?
Success was not
is
good
it-
enough.
it is
This would need to
success
be a
already?
hard success.
Again,
You need
what?
a hard success to beat its success.
All right. So that's what? 27 points of luck. I'm gonna spend those.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me, well, that means your fighting back wins, so roll me some damage. That will be a small club, so this is 1d6 plus your damage bonus.
Well, that's the wrong chat. I'm writing that in. That is 9 points of damage.
That is pretty considerable, that is. Let me just check what these people
I am a very large person.
You are a very large person, and laboratory equipment is very dangerous, it seems. Oof. There's Icarus dark blood running down the side of this thing, but it's not unconscious, but it's not looking good. That was a major wound. It kind of head all slightly to one side. And it lets out this pained cry. Back in the other room. Well, first of all, John, but also do the people tied to the tables wish to do anything? But John, you've got a gun pointed at you, you're being ushered against the back of the wall, you can hear the fight going through in the other room. What are you doing?
Well, I'm going to start trying to engage her and talk. Like, what's going on here? What are you doing with my colleagues? Just to try to keep her attention.
Okay, so your aim here is essentially to try and sort of keep her focus on you.
Yes.
Okay, give me some form of personal skills roll. Preferably fast talk, but if you can... But I'd say I'd accept charm as well.
Well, fast talk is better.
See,
No. Well, I could. Do I need a hard success, or would a
a
just
normal success is enough to keep her sort of attention on you for the time being.
Okay, I will spend the luck for that.
Okay, so she's still got her gun trained on you, watching you rather than turning immediately to go and deal with the Maximilian situation. Okay, those of you tied to the tables, is there anything you wish to do?
I'm just waiting for an opportunity to cast something. But I'm not casting it now because I'll probably just be shot.
Okay, so you're not doing anything for the time being?
I'm just getting ready.
Okay,
It
D'Angelo.
appears you are running out of time.
So you trying to draw her attention away from John is also trying to draw her
Just
attention.
talking. I'm just talking.
Okay. She seems to be ignoring you. Her attention for now is focused on John.
Okay.
Okay. back outside in the outer room. Maximilian.
I think somebody needs to get another hit in. Come on, roll 20, really?
That is a failure, and
Yeah.
it snaps back, sinking its teeth into you. Okay. I need a constitution roll from you, please.
Wow, I get to roll low things? Incredible. I'm positively surprised.
Okay. Do you have enough luck to make that into an extreme success?
Wait, let me math that. I need 17. I have 18. So if I need an extreme success...
You take 3 points of damage from the teeth sinking into you. With a hard success, you're going to be taking less damage from the poison. With an extreme success, you would take none. But it depends whether you want to...
Yeah, I'm going to take the less damage because I might need the luck to hit them again.
Okay. That will be a total of 8 points of damage.
That's going to hurt. I'm going to probably... that's in a major wound, right?
Okay, give me another con roll here. This is for if you can keep consciousness. At the moment, he's got a major wound, you've got a major wound.
Yeah, that's going to knock me over.
And you glide down the wall as you feel this poison coursing through your veins.
Can't do anything if Roquani doesn't want to.
John, what are you doing?
Well, I'm still trying just fast talking her to keep her attention in case, because I know the other two might be able to do something, but I don't know what their state is.
Okay, the other serpent person comes staggering back through the door. Just this severe head wound, just dark greenish blood dripping down the side of its face. It points back one sort of shaky arm towards the door. And the woman in green replies again in the car. Fortunately, none of you understand quite what is going on here.
Can I read body language to see find out what their mental states are, especially her?
Psychology roll here.
Good at this. Is this stuff?
The other servant person just looks mostly like concussed and severely injured. Like, they do not look in a good state at all. They are very badly injured and sort of like clutching at the wall, and like she looks. Somebody's beginning to crack a little. Like, this is turning from a curiosity into a problem. People just keep turning up in her basement.
You are running out of time. Humans will come soon. You will lose any chance of getting the book. Not to mention what would happen if other people find out that you had a chance to gain it and gave it away.
Other people? You think I am some pawn in someone else's grand scheme?
We all are. If you had spoken to the Pharaoh that day, you would agree.
She turns away from D'Angelo and sort of shouts an order to the concussed-looking serpent person, who staggers his way back to the door and then starts dragging something into the room.
Perhaps a
And you
demonstration.
can see he appears to be dragging an unconscious Maximilian.
I would
slowly
like to cast
along
rapid.
the floor of this workshop.
I would like to cast rapid green decay on that serpent person.
Okay. So this one was a big one, wasn't
It requires a lot. It requires a lot, and I don't have my
Yes.
sword. It's not good.
Please
It's
roll.
not good for
Please
me.
sacrifice. Do you have 15 magic points?
I have 12. So I would
Please
like
deduct
to
12 magic points and 3 points of your own health as you speak these words. And this will be a contested power roll. And please roll me a 1d8 for how much sanity you are going to lose in the casting of this spell as you speak this word. Okay. Does losing 6 points of sanity take you below your daily limit?
I believe the daily limit is the number on
The left.
left of the three. It would take me down to 19 and
Okay,
20 is
please
my
roll
limit.
me a 1d10 as you enter a bout of madness. But as D'Angelo's mind sort of slips away a little, what all of you see, so John, Mortimer, after the side of the eye, Maximilian, you're unconscious when this happens, is this serpent person's form just rots. You see in an instant, in a few seconds, they go from a solid, walking but severely injured serpent person, and the flesh just starts to decay rapidly. You see the bones exposed for a moment, and then as it just sloughs away, almost like what happened to the librarian, but
Palmer.
far faster. Yeah, to Palmer, but far faster and far more complete, as everything, the bones, the flesh, the skin, just rots away into mulch and showers down on top of Maximilian's unconscious body. I think, the loss isn't going to be great, but I think John and Mortimer, have you seen D'Angelo do this before?
No, I haven't.
I think I'm going to ask for sanity rolls from you both, please, because this is a sight.
I think I tried to cast it, but it didn't actually work.
Yes. This time it has worked, so yes, I need a sanity roll from the both of you.
I think Mortimer did see me use
Mortimer?
it before. It just wasn't
You
this
don't lose anything?
effective.
John, you will lose 1d3's points of sanity. This is a horrific sight to behold. You lose 1 point of sanity. As for the briefest moment, the remaining walking serpent person, there is this third serpent person lying sort of semi-conscious on the table still. The third one, the one disguised as a person, just stares in horror. And then, let me just work out something. Which one of you here currently looks the most suspiciously like a sorcerer?
Bleeding. Bleeding and mad.
Yeah, she turns, looks between the two of you, and shoots D'Angelo. John, the gun is off you for a moment. Essentially, she's looking around to see, like, there's a look of horror and panic, and then essentially, turns and he's going to attempt to essentially empty the entire chamber of this gun into D'Angelo, because some things you just have to kill.
When the gun goes off of me, can I try tackling
Yeah,
him?
you have a you
Are
can
we the
dive.
bad guys?
Can I cast black words on her as well?
Yes, you can. Okay, so John, give me a fighting brawl. Try and tackle her to the ground. Okay. You casting the black word still?
Yes, I'll still cast that.
I believe that is a contested power.
It is a contested power, unfortunately. But I'll put 8 magic points into it, which would cause 8 damage to her if it works. But it costs
Okay.
me 4 sanity.
Okay, so please make your sanity roll, or deduct your sanity if it's not a roll.
Power roll, hard success.
Okay. So
Would an extreme success have been better, or
a hard success is enough. That beats hers.
that's 8 damage?
So she's going to be taking the damage. And so, have you deducted your sanity?
I have.
Excellent. So essentially, these things all happen at once. She fires the gun. The bullets. Unfortunately, D'Angelo, you cannot currently dodge.
I can shift in my position.
So you
On the
will take
table.
8 points of damage as a bullet sears into you. But she is knocked down to the ground by John, and these words crackle out from Mortimer, sort of ringing in your ears. And she sort of raises her head and drops her gun to sort of clutch at her face, and then just dies. She slumps down to the ground, dead. The one remaining serpent person, the one that was shot earlier during the first altercation, goes to scramble off the surgical table and essentially is trying to run. What are you doing?
Is the gun close enough to me to
Yes.
to grab?
Yes, you can grab the gun.
Okay. Are there any rounds left in it?
Yes, you only got one gunshot off before Mortimer fried her brain from the inside out.
The black words causes the whole person to rot away to nothing.
In which case, her body is also decaying away.
Basically withers and rots whilst they're still alive.
I'd say this is more like a shriveling, this one. Her skin, in fact, the skin seems to shrink and peel back away from her, and you see this, like, essentially delaminating the layer of, like, this human flesh that she's wearing above, peeling away as the snake underneath sort of shrivels and crumples away. Until you're left with essentially this skin lying on the ground without its inhabitant any longer. This dry dust crackling in between, and this uninhabited skin of a woman. John, you were grabbing for the gun.
Yes, I grabbed for the gun. Can I shout at the snake person to stop?
Yes, you can. Give me an intimidation roll here, please. See if they're listening. See if they hear as they run. He stops. He turns, sort of clutching the window side. Pardon?
Just speaking to John. Can you undo these so I can sort of stop?
This is still happening at the moment. You've got a gun on the snake person.
So I'll tell the snake person, release him from the table while I hold the gun on him.
Oh.
Let me live.
If you undo them, release them from their
D'Angelo,
bond.
Did you take a major wound when you got shot? How many hit
Yes.
points do you currently have left?
-1.
Okay. D'Angelo. That damage was not more than your maximum hit point, so you're not automatically dead. You didn't take all that damage in one go. You lost a couple earlier. You are currently dying, however, so I need you to give me a con roll as the serpent person starts to unbuckle Mortimer's bomb. The serpent person's hands tremble as they struggle with the buckles as they try and get Mortimer unattached from the table, but in a few moments you are free, Mortimer.
I'll go straight to first aid D'Angelo to stop him from dying if I can.
Okay, you rush to D'Angelo's side. And give me a first aid roll, please. You're desperately grabbing things, saving things.
Go out, whatever, just to plug the bleed and try and keep him alive.
The bleeding is already slowing.
Extreme success.
Final
And
roll.
Can I spend luck on the Constitution one?
Yes, you can. You have any luck
That's been-
remaining to you.
I have 47 points of luck, so
You think
I could get a heart if you would like. A heart success.
success is all you need, and in this circumstance, I will not discourage you from spending an excessive amounts of luck on a single roll.
I will spend I'll spend 30 points, so I'll have 17 left to get a.
The bleeding is
success.
slowing, and for a moment, Mortimer, you think it was too late. For a moment, you think you weren't quick enough, that you weren't good enough. But just by the skin of your teeth, he's not dead. He is not dead. D'Angelo, you're still unconscious. You have 1 hit point back. You are still in a very critical state. But with the spending of that luck, you are not, in fact, dead.
So he's not dying, but he needs to get proper medical attention.
He needs to get proper medical attention soon. He is not in the best of conditions. He's been shot. You're currently sort of covered in his blood. Your hands are painted with it. Luckily, you are in a medical research laboratory, it seems. So you did have to hand...
I've also got my medical bag and...
Yes, there are medical supplies all around you. There are relatively few bandages and an excess of scalpels.
So I could do a medicine roll to try and treat him, potentially, if given time.
Given time.
I'll undo his straps whilst I'm treating him. Well,
Okay.
once I realise he's not going to die straight away, I'll
Yes.
undo the straps.
So as Mortimer is treating D'Angelo, what's John doing?
Well, at this point, I'm going to ask the snake person I have to, where are you getting all your subjects for your experimentation? Do you have captives here anywhere? They need to be released.
Yes.
Show me.
I show you them, then you let me go.
Yes, I will.
Follow me.
I'll go with you, actually. I'll take my doctor's bag with
So
me.
you're leaving your patient. You're leaving the wounded D'Angelo, and may I point out the unconscious Maximilian, who is lying bleeding on the floor,
That's a very good point, actually. I'd go...
covered in serpent person mulch.
Yeah, I'd go to Max. Straightforward. I mean, I'd go to treat him. I forgot all about him having been dragged unconscious down here. It's the serpent person mulch was just
You're
covering.
like, oh, there's a Maximilian under there.
Actually, I'd probably drag him over to one of the operating beds to treat him, to be fair. And do a first aid roll on him.
Okay, so as Mortimer is treating his patients, John, you're
Is
following.
that a good role relating to me? What?
Okay, we'll get back to the doctor and his patients in a moment. John,
Yes.
you are led out of the laboratory, the surgery room, and into a corridor. Brantlove, you can hear the lapping of water somewhere in the distance. And a strange sort of bubbling, oozing noise from your left. You see two doors, two branches of this corridor. One you can hear a strange noise from. And the other, I don't know, Amos. What are you talking about at the moment?
Nothing.
Okay.
Honestly,
You can hear quiet from the other direction. You're not currently hearing a lecture about Socrates.
I'm so looking forward to that. All right, so Are they?
Yeah.
Does the snake person continue to lead me?
This way. He leads you into this vaulted brick chamber with this metal grill across the room. And as he enters, he raises his hand and points. They are in there. I show you them. Now you let me go.
Okay, before I let you go, can I see that they're in the locked in the?
Yes.
Do you have the keys? Do you know where they are?
He points back the way you could come. She had the key.
All right, go.
So,
get out. Oh.
Amos, what you see from the grill is you see two figures enter the brick arched room. In the shadowy light, you see John Greaves, the librarian met at London Esoteric Society, and something that is not human looking. Something in the dim light, it looks like this man has a face of scales. Like, now, my question is, would Amos believe that he is looking at some sort of monster?
No.
Okay.
He would think it's a leper or somebody with a disease.
I am still
That's how
going
he
to
would
ask you to
rationalize.
roll me the 1d6. Or at least I'm still going to ask you to roll me a sanity roll and then roll me the 1d6. If you
I fail.
And we'll keep it for later.
You don't want me to roll the d6 now? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, please. Roll it
Okay.
now.
Gotcha.
For now, you do not lose any sanity, because it's just a man with some sort of skin condition.
Gotcha.
The fact that he has, like, yes, leprosy can make people lose their noses and ears, and maybe there's a form of leprosy that makes them green and scaly. Or it could be a mask, anything.
John?
Yeah, the man disappears away into the darkness, and John, you hear Amos's voice.
Amos?
The accountant?
Yeah. What?
John,
I have thoroughly screwed the.
Get me the fuck out of here, John, please.
All right, I have to go back and get the keys, but I will be right back.
Okay.
But hold on. We'll be back.
I will continue to sit here, John.
Contemplate Socrates or something. Good.
Oh God, he's gonna punch me.
I instinctively put my hand up.
Oh, wait! Come back! Why are you with him?
He's coming. He's gonna get the keys. It's fine.
He's with them though. He's
no, that's my.
You told him.
No,
There were two of them.
If you don't shut up, look. Come here.
No.
Come here.
They could steal your face.
I slapped the shit out of him.
That's not your friend. They've stolen his face.
I slap him again.
He is going to punch you.
That's fine.
Are you trying to dodge or fight back against his punch?
You know what? I'm gonna fight back.
Okay.
I've put up with this man's shenanigans long enough.
Let's see if that he rolled a success, so you need a hard success. You punch him.
See that? You know what? You just got hit with
Goes
the hard
reeling
fist
backwards.
of logic. Think about what you just said. They can steal your face, yet he left. The other guy just. You know what? We're having a stressful day. I'm sorry I hit you. I shouldn't have hit you. You were gonna hit me back. And honestly, if you let an old man like me with no cartilage in his knees punch you, you deserve to
I've
get
already
punched.
got 5 fingers.
Then use them better, son. I don't know.
It's really
Get
hard
a
to
different
punch
line of
people when
work.
you're missing that many fingers.
It should be easier because they can't. Physiology. I'm taking you to a physiology class. Learn.
Okay. Meanwhile, back in the doctor's treatment room. Let's see. Yes. Maximilian, you I've regained a 1 point.
Nah.
I haven't actually rolled yet, but
Oh, have you not rolled? Sorry,
no.
I assumed you.
Wanted to do the next scene bit first. So.
Sorry, I assumed that was.
No, it's fine.
I can see the future, it seems.
Yeah. He knows medicine. Well,
You don't need
first.
to roll anymore. I'm just going to predict what all your rolls are going to be. I'm going to tell you what you're going to roll. It's like, oh no, you're clinging to the edge of life. That's going to be a failure. You want to do something to spare the moment and completely inane? Extreme critical success. Yes, Maximilian, you come to consciousness. You're not in the room that you were before. There's a taste of rot and decay in your mouth and in your nostrils.
Nah. I'm just gonna spit it out.
Sort of looking up, you can see Mortimer is covered in blood. D'Angelo is covered in blood and seemingly barely conscious on a surgery table. There is no sign of John. There are no serpent people in the room anymore. But there is a limp human skin lying on the floor. Which really, to be fair, seeing that, actually all four of you should probably have given me a sanity roll for that. Just chipping away. D'Angelo, you don't actually, because you were unconscious at the time. You were
I
otherwise
feel like
engaged.
D'Angelo's still unconscious.
Yeah,
actually.
D'Angelo, you're fine. So it's just John and Mortimer.
I swear John's getting used to this sort of stuff, so
Yeah,
Seems
John
like-
is getting used to this sort of stuff. But I'll give 1 point of sanity loss to Maximilian and Mortimer. It's just yet another thing. There's just a limp human skin on the floor. Actually, no, Maximilian.
That takes me down below.
I think that is fitting because you've come to consciousness and there is a random human skin next to you.
That wasn't me, was it?
That was the second time you found an unexpected human skin. As you fear of like things flash before your eyes. Your horror, like, did I fall asleep? What have I done this time? I don't remember.
Not again.
Pure panic, and for a moment, you're deadly certain that this was you. You have done something terrible.
No, you haven't done anything, don't worry. Thank you very much for the rescue. You and John have helped us out here.
You know it was you. He's just trying to be gentle on you. You did this.
am I back in the room yet?
At this point, yes, John, you re-enter the room to see this.
Yeah, it's slightly panicking Max, thinking that he might have skinned somebody again.
No, no.
No,
How is this the second time?
I think I was responsible for that one.
You? Since when do you know how to skin people?
No, I didn't so much remove the skin from the body, more the body from the skin. You probably don't need to know how that happened.
I'm just gonna turn over. Oh wait, no, I'm scared of sleep. I want to stay awake. Shit.
Yes, yeah, you can't sleep. If you sleep, who knows, Mike? Who knows
Just
what
rest
skin you'll wake up
after,
next to this time?
Can I check on Dr. Forbes? Who's propped up
Yes.
against the wall? Is he alive?
He seems to be unconscious still.
Oh,
Whatever you were dosed with, he seems to have been like, well, you didn't receive as much of a dose, and D'Angelo received your excellent first aid.
yeah.
Dr. Forbes still seems out cold.
Is there an empty? Well, actually, there is an empty operating table because I was on
That's
one.
your table.
I'll put him on it and strap him to the table, and secure him to it because I know he was working with him, and I don't want him running off just yet.
Okay, so as Mortimer's strapping him to the table, John, what are you doing?
I'm going to look in the piles of mulch and whatever for keys that supposedly
Okay.
Bella had.
I'm going to say give me a spot hidden, and this is not for whether you find it, this is for how much serpent person decayed remains you have to dig through before you find it. Not too much. It kind of peel back. It's not in the bit of mulch that Maximilian was in. It's actually in the remains. You can still see the dress that the woman was wearing, and there it is. The keys are attached to her belt. Luckily, you don't need to go digging through too many remains to find it.
Okay. Once I found them, I'll head back towards the
Okay.
cell.
You head back. Again, you head back into this corridor. You can hear this, like, strange sound from your left, but the right-hand corridor leads to where Amos and the others are held.
And I will open the cell.
See?
Okay.
I told you. Thank you, John.
Of course, Amos.
No.
Also,
Are you-
why are you here?
Long story.
Oh, very good. This is Five-Fingered Bob. He's a good man.
Good day.
This is Ben, and we need to get him back to his wife. Those
We're not
lot in the
married yet,
corner.
but I think maybe
I literally.
life's short.
You will be. You will be. You will enjoy marital bliss. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. Yeah. I'm gonna try to get the two, up out the corner. Come on, let's go.
It's
Right. Well, while you do
not safe
that,
out there. The snakes. I
It's-
can hear them.
it's-
You know the
it's-
snakes out there.
there were, but not anymore. It's
What?
safer out. Get out.
Oh, you're playing to their dilute. I see, John. Very smart. Very smart. Okay.
Give me a charm or a persuade here, John. Win over the
Can I
terrified
assist?
people who believe these corridors are infested with snake monsters.
Yeah.
No. They'll get you.
Well, we'll keep the door open for you. I can do. I mean, I feel bad leaving you. Actually, no, damn it. I would feel bad if I didn't try. Okay, if the snakes are here, but then we go somewhere else, then they can't get you. But they're here, so they can get you. So you need to go elsewhere. Can I try
This
to
sounds like a
persuade them?
persuasion roll. A very rational case you're stating here.
Persuasion success.
Yes, the snakes are here. No, not here. Where's the door out? How do we get out?
I was persuaded to come down here by a blonde woman. I have no idea. Oh, jeez.
No, she's not around anymore.
Oh, no. Did she leave?
Yeah, in a way, yes. I have to go back and help.
In a way. Oh, God, she took the money. Oh, we didn't get her mailing address. Oh, God, that attorney's going to kill me.
Well, I have to go and help my other associates.
Yeah, I'll go with you. I don't know what they need help with. Just common thing of persuasion and trickery, but sure. Come on,
Which way out
John.
of here? That way or that way? Do I follow you or go the other way?
John?
Follow us. Well, follow.
So I'm glad that we had such a peaceful resolution to all of this.
Yes, you're being followed by Ben, Bob, and the two people whose names you do not know, but probably begin with B.
And so I go back into the room with Mortimer and D'Angelo and Max.
Okay. And Amos, you're going with him.
Yeah, everything's
Okay.
fine.
So Amos, you follow John out into what appears to be essentially an underground doctor's surgery / laboratory. And you can see Mortimer strapping a man to a table,
No, hey, Mortimer.
both covered in blood. D'Angelo is
Oh!
lying unconscious on another table covered in blood. There is,
D'Angelo,
like,
no!
decayed grave dirt all over the floor, and a woman's skin still wearing clothes, but with the flesh inside shriveled to nothing. Please give me a sanity roll.
Oh, God. What could this be?
Something is... You're going to lose only 1 point of sanity for just, this is bizarre.
My God, the leprosy.
But there must be a way to explain this.
What is? I've not seen such an ailment. Is this something from overseas? What type of?
It's some sort of weird medical experiment. This gentleman I'm strapping down here, He was conducting medical experiments on people here.
My God. Oh,
That's
what happened to D'Angelo?
D'Angelo got shot, so
Was
I
that
need to
part
get-
of the experiment?
no.
No.
Oh, God. So we know how that works. You
need to-
bleed and get shot.
I believe you work for Mr. Gaskill, don't you?
Yes?
Yes. Well, this is Dr. Forbes.
Did Dr. Forbes shoot D'Angelo?
No. Some blonde lady did, I think. But
Oh, yeah, I need to give her a piece of my mind. She played a trick on me.
yeah, that's her over there now. But
Bleh! I just, if I know that that's somebody that I recently saw and that I knew, just bleh!
Yeah, like he just points to a human skin on the floor, like, yeah, that woman you saw like less than an
45
hour
minutes ago? Yeah. Bleh!
but
The smell of vomit now hangs in the air, along with the smell of like blood and just rot that fills this room. Like it just smells like.
I'm assuming the other people are following them as well now. And when
They're
I say,
just hovering in the doorway, like
do any of you need medical attention?
they shrink back from the room.
That's
and one of
five
them actually
fingers.
just lets out a little scream and just legs it in the opposite direction.
That's five-fingered Bob, and the other one's Ben, and we need
In fact,
to
two
get
of
Ben
them,
back
two of
to
them are
his-
just gone. The two from the back, they are out of here. Like,
Oh,
Where do I know that name from?
but Ben's shrinking back in fear.
it's okay, Ben. These are good men.
But
That's
they haven't actually injected any of you with anything yet, have they? Yeah,
not that I know of.
that's good. That's what I've been worried about. This is, as I said, some weird experiment they've
You
been doing.
working with them as well?
No, I'd actually come here to speak to this doctor because his name kept cropping up, and then
Is he working with them?
it's kind of gone a bit wrong. But I'm trying to find out what he knows about.
Well, I recommend you start with the toenails.
Yeah, well, no, actually,
Why not the fingernails, Bob?
no, the toes are better because you work your way up.
And also, it's easier. It's less obvious what you've done.
Ugh.
True, but once I've checked on, made sure
You've got to be
D'Angelo.
careful because if you start with the fingernails, if you're not careful, the fingernails get infected and then you have to amputate the whole finger. I know.
That's the next stage. But no, I'm going to find out because there's one person whose life I'm trying to save that I believe this guy gave an unknown medicine to do an experiment or something. And I believe that's what he's been injecting patients with. He's been abducting people and injecting them with something that's quite unpleasant, and it's been killing them. He's just been doing strange experiments, so I'll find out what he's injected who with. We'll probably need to go through his paperwork and work out what has happened.
Doctor, is that experiment what happened to the blonde lady?
If you wish to rationalise it that way for now, that's a good way to.
I told you,
There's
they steal people's faces.
That is a convoluted way of saying no, Doctor.
You probably don't want to know the full truth of what's happened yet, and it's probably best you don't. There
You
are.
said yet. We will discuss this further.
We will, but there are
Okay.
things that are out there that you don't want to know about.
Oh,
There
all
are
right.
things in the river you don't want to know about.
Yes, please, further destroy my mind. That sounds phenomenal. I have a bit of training in first aid. I will be able to assist you if you need it, especially
Okay.
after I wipe out this vomit.
Um,
Oh,
Is there any sort of paperwork about, like, notes about what they've injected people with?
There are all sorts of notes. They are all in the car.
God.
Oh, Mortimer.
Oh, John, did he grab a book as well?
Yeah, John has a book from upstairs.
A notebook from upstairs.
Yes.
Can I have a quick look at that book, John?
Sure,
See if
sure.
I'll see if it's relevant to any of the stuff that the doctor's been mixing.
I'm going to say give me a look roll. Did
Well,
John
and-
happen to pick up a relevant book
Right.
or an irrelevant book?
Hard success somehow.
Okay, so you pick up this book, which is very much not in the car. It's written in English. And it appears to be notes on experiments that Dr. Forbes has been carrying out.
I want to see if Mr. Gaskill's name's in there at all.
Okay, you flick through. It seems that he essentially was running his own side experiments based on what the Serpent people were doing. He was doing his own little experiments, seemingly trying to use serpent medicine to make people healthier, stronger, and
Who would do that
otherwise...
sort of thing? It would take a madman to do that sort of thing.
Yes. He seemed to be trying to get this formula, this curing medicine. And he notes that he, after a chat with a gentleman in the pub, that he gave a sample on the grounds that the man was old enough that he was like to die anyway.
That would be the king's head, I believe, or the queen's head. I can't remember.
Yes,
Is
the
that
queen's head, I believe. Yes. However,
Oh, yeah, that was Palmer, the librarian. The one that bit me.
I'll mention that to point out to John.
that seems to be the only person he'd actually given a sample to.
So there's
That's
nothing
pretty
given
fascinating.
no notes about Mr. Gaskill at all. In it.
No.
No, Mortimer,
Must be
when I was...
by the way, there is still a bubbling vat in the corner of this room, just to point that out. Just
Yes.
bubbling.
Mortimer, when I went to release the Amos and all the other men, there's another room down there that sounds like there's something in production, something bubbling, sort of. Is it similar to what's in the corner here?
No, this one's more, you can just see it's like a brightly coloured, like lime green liquid, just sort of on a slow boil.
It
The
sounded like
sound you heard from the other room was more of a squelching, really. Slurping, squelching.
oh, that's not good. Yeah, that's not good at all. There is something. I don't know if we need to look at it or just let it go. There's something in one of the rooms down by where the captives were held.
I suspect that'll be the room they put the failed experiments in.
Oh God, I'll go to that room. I'll check it out. I can't.
Probably not the best idea to do it at the moment. I think what we need to do is take care of the living people we have here, and I'll see if I can make sense of these other notes in this other language.
Yeah, I need some time alone anyway. I'll check it out. They'll be fine. Keeper, I'm gonna go to where I heard that.
Okay.
Heard that.
Yeah. John, did you notice any more books up there with which could like this that could have had more information?
Yeah, there were. I just picked the thickest one I could find. But there were other ones.
Keeper, I'm assuming he would have if he was conducting experiments as such in his research, he would have dated the pages.
Oh yes. Yes.
Would this cover the date that Mr. Gaskill had started to fall ill?
There are no notes written down here regarding I
know there's no notes, but does it cover the time frame when he visited?
Yes, it covers that.
That's what I wanted to check, whether it'd be in another book or...
Yeah. No, this is his recent research notes book.
Well, it looks like Mr. Gaskill was injected something by the Serpent people, and possibly had his memory wiped of the incident, or was unconscious during it. So the only information I can find will be in all these other notes in Narco, which I don't understand that well, but I believe we know someone who does. So I can try and see if I can understand the notes, but it's very unlikely. But we
Let's
do.
just carry them and bring them to her.
Yeah, that is a good plan. But what I need to do is tend to your wounds and D'Angelo's injuries. Whilst we're here, we've got a medical facility here. It's quite well equipped. I don't know all the equipment, but there's some I do know and I can make use of. And
Okay. Whilst you're studying the medical equipment, Amos went to check out a mysterious slurping noise.
but
So you walk away from
yeah.
the room where those four doing whatever it is going on here.
Amos has a profound hatred of sophistry and dishonesty. And it's not that he thinks that they're dishonest or sophists, but he is just trying to rationalize what he's seen. He's trying to figure out, like, his logical thinking has always been the way he's dealt with the world. So he's like, there's just diseases that we don't know about. There's medical experiments. There's all kinds of things that could explain this. Just grin and bear it. You're going to go to a room. You're going to see more experiments, or a wet valve, or loose valve, or something. Everything will make sense. Everything will make sense. Just going to open this door, and everything will be fine.
Okay, it's not a door, it's just a corridor. It slopes down slightly, and in places there's dark red stains on the floor, smeared along like drag marks. And at the end of the corridor is a round room that essentially seems to be like an ice house. If you've been in, it's got a dome in the ceiling and essentially a pit down into the ground. But it's not cold and... No, it is cold in here. No, it would be cold. Cold like an ice house. But there is no ice in the pit.
Peculiar.
You can hear sound.
What could that be?
Look down.
Spot hidden?
You don't need a spot hidden here.
I'm just
You
going
can see. Well, what form of light have you brought with you here?
I do probably have matches and
Okay.
things of that nature.
So if light a match, are you holding it up or are you dropping it down? How are you?
If I
lighting this
think
place?
dropping it down that it wouldn't go out, I drop it down.
So as the light to the match falls down, it illuminates the brick sides of this pit. It's not that deep. And again, the sides are smeared with blood and viscera. And at the base of this pit is more sort of half decayed and consumed human remains. But as the light just it blinks out before the bottom, you see there is something moving down there. Something writhing and twisting. This oily sort of moving substance at the base of this pit. Give me another sanity roll, please. I'm sorry, this is not a good day for your sanity.
I believe as the match is falling down, I start to see what you just described. I think I have made some errors today. I've made some errors. Success.
Okay. Let me just check what you lose when you succeed on seeing one of these things.
Seems to be some strange liquid churning down there.
Something moving. Something shifting. Something very much alive.
Ugh.
And as the light hits it, you see the reflection of eyes in the darkness,
No, googly moogly.
blinking up at you, gleaming in the dark below. And I need you to roll me 1d6.
Right. Okay, I will have lost.
Do you believe there is something going on here? Or do you
At
still
this
wish
point-
to rationalize this?
You know, Amos is a logical man, but he's also not stupid. So, you know, he can't rationalize everything away. He does flock to hard truths. It seems to be some type of monster they have down there, some large. So maybe they stole something from the zoo, but I don't know what that is. What are you? It's not literally asking it.
Yeah,
Does it look
there's
like-
the match has gone out, so you can just... have you currently got a light on, or are you just in the darkness hearing this thing?
At this point, I'm probably backing away if the light's
Yeah,
gone
yeah.
out.
Yeah, as you back away from the edge of the pit, you can still hear it moving down there.
Oh no, you stay right where you are. Oh, no. And I slowly back. I Homer Simpson it right back into that bush and down that corridor. This is a fucking horrible day.
Okay, so for now, I'm holding back that sound. Do you believe there's some actual monster down there?
I think it's a large creature from like
Yeah.
the zoo or something.
Okay.
Maybe I wouldn't
holding
think of
back
it as a
still.
monster.
I'm holding it back. You're not yet a believer. Yeah, you back up to the point where the corridor divide. Are you heading back to the laboratory where the others are, or are you exploring the rest of what's down here?
Nope. I'm going back. I'm going back Yep. I'm going back to the place I shouldn't have left.
Yeah, so Amos, looking kind of a little paler than he was when he left, comes back into the room where...
Well,
the
no.
others are.
Don't.
You all right?
No. Do not go there. No.
Why? What would you see?
Zoo beast. They have a zoo beast in an ice house. They have
What
a
did it
large creature.
like?
There's a large pair of eyes and a squelching sound. I think it had to have been some type of large snake. That's what I think it is. I think it's a snake. A large snake. Snakes can be quite large, so that's what it was. A large snake, because they like snakes here. So it was a large snake. Just a very large, normal snake. Yes, that's what that was.
Something like.
Do not go there. Drop the match on it.
Keeper, what I'll probably be doing at this point is a proper medicine type roll on D'Angelo to basically stop him from dying. Like, see if I can. There's enough equipment here for me probably to treat him effectively, and same
Yes.
Max to treat him properly.
Yeah, give me a medicine roll. Whilst you're doing this, so give me 2 medicine rolls. Decide which order you want to do them in.
I'd do D'Angelo first, then Max, because D'Angelo's the worst health.
Doctor, do you need any assistance? I do have some training.
In medicine or
First aid.
unfortunately, this involves medicine rather than first aid. But thank you for.
So this is going to take some time. So this is essentially sort of an hour's worth of, treatments, stitching, and like this is not the quick thing.
Would Amos have been able to assist me, maybe passing instruments
You
to
can
me?
pass you instruments and things, yes, if he wants to assist. Anyone can pass you things, and it won't give a bonus if that's what you're angling for.
Yeah, it just maybe
Amos
reduced
was
the
happy.
time a little bit.
To latch on and find something normal to do.
So whilst this time is passing, so Mortimer is treating wounds, Amos is assisting. John, what are you doing? You've got about an hour of time down here.
Well, I was just watching Mortimer work, but I would ask him, did you want me to go upstairs and look for any other notebooks?
Just realised I was muted. Yes, might be worth checking what other notebooks there are. Just bring them down here, and like any of the notes written down here, we'll get them all together, just so we can have a look through them. I'll see if I can understand them. At least if they're all collated, we can take them to someone who can understand them. If we can't,
Okay. So yeah, you go upstairs. You gather the rest of Dr. Forbes's notes. At this point, you hear a sort of groan from the table. Mortimer is still busy sort of doing medical treatments at this point, but you hear a what the fuck, as Dr. Forbes appears to be coming back to consciousness. No, I didn't. I'm sorry. Look, we can work something out.
You're sorry for what?
Wait. Who are you?
People who are very good at stumbling into stuff
What?
and doing with it whatever.
You gotta get out of here. They'll be back at any minute.
Nah, no, they're not gonna come back. Oh,
Yeah, there's one of them's over there, and one's that pile of green mush over there.
Jesus Christ! What?
did they get that stuff in my mouth? Is that why it's not?
You can thank D'Angelo for that. That was nothing to do with me.
Wow.
Wait, you're the people who came. You were here earlier.
I've been here all along. But it looks like you've been doing some unusual experimentation here.
This wasn't me. This was them. I'm upstairs. They're
This was
downstairs.
you. They were upstairs and you were down. Well, yeah. You were upstairs, they were downstairs, but you were experimenting on people as well. Like Jeffrey at the... Is it the Queen's Head?
You mean the old librarian guy?
Yes, he's died, his body dissolved.
Oh no! Is he alright? His body dissolved?
Yeah, his body pretty much
Oh,
broke.
no, that's not good at all.
No, you're right, it's not good.
No, no, that's not good.
Mr. Gaskill anything, did you? When he
Gaskill? No, I had a meeting with him and then he was ill. I mean, he was already ill when he came into the meeting. I didn't give him anything.
then it must have been,
He came into the meeting accusing me of, well... Okay, he came into the meeting asking me what was going on with the secret laboratory underneath the laboratory.
yes, you would find that a bit suspicious.
And I was trying to, explain the situation, which is really quite hard to explain.
You told him you were working for Serpent people who wanted to wipe out humanity.
Is that what they're trying to do?
Yes, they were. They were trying to develop a new virus type thing that can
I
poison...
was told it was killer bees.
No. It was just something to wipe out all human life so he could take control of the Earth again.
Oh, that's not what they told me. They just said that if I kept stum and, that they wouldn't kill me and skin me and carry on with just wearing me as a suit.
Yeah. You trusted...
So I think you're pausing in your medical treatment to have this conversation.
Well, there may be a slight pause, but I'll probably just start to ignore him and just carry on, to be fair. You'll see I'm busy.
Look, can you let me out of here? Look, they were threatening to kill me. Look, he kind of looks around to, like, John and Amos, like, you both look like reasonable gentlemen, right?
I wouldn't make that assumption.
You, sir. Oh, you over there.
Huh?
You let me out. That mad doctor comes anywhere near me.
If the mad doctor comes anywhere near you, there's usually a reason for that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
And he's really good at patching people up, so I'm not really that worried right now.
Could someone get those that tray with all the scalpels next to Dr. Forbes ready?
Yes, hi.
Look,
We'll
you
get
don't
the
need
scalpel
you
tray.
don't need to do any scalpel. I'll tell you anything you want to know.
Yeah, that's like kind of the problem, right? So how about you just go like chronologically how this ship started and then how you got involved in this and anything on top of that.
Okay, well, I got hired to take over from the previous person who, Dr. Collinwood? That was his name.
Right?
It disappeared, and I got hired to work doing some R&D for Gaskill. That was a few years back, and I'd only just started when, well, I don't quite remember honestly what happened, but next thing I know, I'm walking down some old brick cellar sewer tunnel, and look, it's all a bit of a blur. I kind of blacked out some of it, but there were snake people underground, and they wanted to use our laboratories, and they threatened to skin me and my children, and look, I didn't really know what else to do other than, say yes. It wasn't like I thought I was going mad, to be honest, for a while. It's not like you can go to the police and go, I'm being blackmailed or by the snake people in my basement.
I'm gonna.
I don't want to end up in an asylum.
I'm gonna pull like a little bottle out of my hand, take a sip, and just hold it over.
He's strapped to the table.
Currently strapped to a table. I wouldn't say no.
Oh, yeah, right. Want to taste? And I'm gonna hold him the liquor. I think we can let him go. But I'm not the people person.
And then it got worse. I tried not to look too much into what they're doing down here, because...
So how familiar are you with their medicine and what they were doing?
Well, as I said, I didn't try and look into too much, but I got curious. I used to sneak down and have a look. I didn't go into the tunnel. I knew they started taking people from the orphanage, start off, and then I think people got suspicious, so they started bringing people from across the river to do whatever it was they were doing. But yeah, the medicine and stuff, it's incredible.
So, do you have any sort of knowledge or any information?
Oh, yeah. I've been working on it for years. I've been looking at how they do stuff. Like, I'm no medical doctor, but I can see how, like, this stuff could change everything. Like, no more, like, imagine if all the lives that could be saved if their medicine, like, they don't die of diseases that we do. They can mend wounds we couldn't.
True,
they live longer.
Well, true, but their problem is a lot of the diseases that we're not immune to is because of how crowded we are as a population. They themselves don't have the numbers we have, so they might not resist the same diseases.
Look, I told you I ain't a medical doctor.
But anyway, I need to treat my friends here, then...
You're reading those Jon Snow reports about what your wells and that whatnot.
Then, I've got no intention of harming you or killing you or anything like that.
Oh,
I think,
good.
personally, I think you're a bit stupid with agreeing to this deal with them, but everyone makes mistakes, and it's okay. People do make mistakes. So...
I realised it was bad, but at some point, well, I wasn't too deep. Like, it's not like if you were going to them in the first place, but going to the second point and saying, I've been working with them for years and they're still down there and they're kidnapping people. The police would hang me if they knew half of this, if they believed half of this.
Exactly. But do you think the police would believe that there's Serpent people beneath London?
No.
Exactly, and that's the problem. They'd probably end up locking you up or anyone who said about Serpent people in an asylum.
Amos, as this conversation is going on, what are you doing? These people are having a genuinely serious conversation about what happens if you're blackmailed by Serpent people.
I'm amazed at Mortimer's ability to feed into this man's delusions. He's so trained. I'm saying this out loud. I don't realize I'm saying it out loud. He's so smooth. This man is an incredible master of deceit.
Well, the
I'm
thing
not
is,
sure.
Yeah,
What-
Mortimer,
what?
you don't hear what he's saying, but the others do.
probably realise that Mortimer's very charming. He does come across as charming and generally.
He's strangely charismatic in an awkward sort of way. Makes him endearing. My God. What type of talent have I stumbled upon? And then there's D'Angelo. He's filled with lead, but still alive. He's got the
Yep.
constitution of an ox. And the Maximilian fellow, he looks like he got hit by a train, and yet he's still alive. And John Greaves is probably good at something, I'm sure. I mean, he's also... What type of brilliant underground clandestine organization is this?
Okay, so
What?
you still don't believe that there's anything actually supernatural going on?
No, they must
Yes,
be. They must be working for the government of some kind. My God. Government funding! I could retire early! Yes! Yes! I will be able to ensure the livelihood of my family, and something good will come from all of this madness! My God! I could help D'Angelo set up a publishing house.
Okay.
Oh, I'll be retired in 2 years.
So, for the medicine, before I forget, could I have a 1d3 roll for both D'Angelo and... Did you roll those medicine rolls? Yes, you did, yeah. For D'Angelo and Maximilian.
Okay.
And D'Angelo, you are no longer dying.
Yeah. The first roll is D'Angelo, the next one would be Falmax.
Yes. But, yes. Corpses. Look,
They both get
lift me
one.
up, I can help, I can show you, I'll tell you everything I've been doing. I'll talk you through all my notes.
That'll be a good start to talk me through your notes so I can understand. It might give me an insight into what they were doing here, because you've had longer to study it and your notes are in English. Although I can understand some of their notes.
You speak snake?
I don't speak it, but I can understand what they've written.
Right. Is anyone going to untie me then?
Assuming I finished the first aid, is D'Angelo conscious?
D'Angelo, you are conscious.
I'll start to undo the straps on Dr. Forbes. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm sorry for shooting at you earlier.
It's okay, I don't think
I was a
you're...
little bit. I wasn't. Look, I didn't expect people to come breaking in down here, and
I was under the
it's
impression...
a difficult situation. Okay, you've got to understand my point of view. I don't want to be tucked in the pit.
What happens in the pit?
I don't want to. There's a pit. The bodies go down the pit. I don't want to know what's in the pit.
Ah, so it's a disposal thing for bodies.
There's a large snake in the pit. It's just a large snake. They probably got it from the zoo or whatever.
There was a large
Okay.
snake beneath the sewers of London some time ago, so it could be the
You know
same.
about that? Yes. That caused a bit of stir. Yeah. If you go that way, there's the pit. There's the holding pens where there's. Oh, you should probably let them go. Oh.
Yes.
But that's
Yes.
where they are.
We're fine.
Keeper.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
I don't mean to be that person, but I believe I had gone insane before I went
Yes.
unconscious.
You had indeed gone insane before you went unconscious. Oh, don't always be that person. Don't ever feel like you shouldn't point out when you have in fact gone insane. I think.
I did roll a 10 on that D10 as well.
Yes, you did. That is a mania and obsession. Is there anything in this situation that we think would be?
If I can make a suggestion,
Oh yes.
but at the time D'Angelo was attempting to use the Black Pharaoh to intimidate this person.
Well, you clearly
So
need
I
to find
believe
out
it would be
all there is
fair.
to find out about the Black Pharaoh.
I would have thought it would have been really funny
Really
for
get to the
D'Angelo-
bottom, gather all the texts involving him, maybe contact him. You know, I think you should really dedicate yourself to finding out more about the Black Pharaoh.
I thought it would have been really funny for D'Angelo to be obsessed with snakes and Max to be terrified of snakes. I just thought that would be
This is
really
your
funny.
choice: the Black Pharaoh or snake.
I feel like we've done a lot of snakes so far. You know, we don't want to overdo serpents.
That's fair enough. We haven't had the Black Pharaoh for a bit.
Okay, yes, the Black Pharaoh.
And he is a
Time
good
for some
friend.
in-depth research, and perhaps a book. But yes, you feel shaken. Like, this has been a traumatic experience for you, D'Angelo. Your mind broke. You almost died. But you are not dead. And your mind just clinging to the edges of sanity. You're currently, I believe indefinitely insane for the time being, but not actively undergoing a bout of madness. But if you lose any more sanity points, you will suffer a bout of madness.
Where's my sword?
It's over here. It's over here by the sitting up by the wall. Do you want it?
Yes, please.
I'll hand it to him.
I assume I have you to thank for my life, Dr. Mortimer.
Well, yes, and you as well. I mean, your timing of that, your timing was good. Just I hadn't actually expected her to shoot you. I think she was a bit surprised as well, because I dealt with her as well.
It was a risk. You know, people who seek power, but when faced with the horrors needed to get it, either lose themselves or recoil in fear. She was more of the latter than the former.
She wasn't expecting it at all, which was quite good. But what we need to do now, I think, is get any information. Looks like Dr. Forbes here had nothing to do with what happened with Mr. Gaskill. It looks like it may have been, I suspect the Serpent people here had somehow administered a poison to him, but I don't know what. I'm hoping they've got information in these notes if I can tell us
He
what.
didn't mention anything about Serpent people. Sorry. I didn't explain myself fully earlier. So I had a meeting with him.
Yeah.
He was asking me about the secret underground lab. Because he found this place. Right?
Yes.
And then it was partway through that meeting that he fell ill. I think he wasn't looking too good at the start. But he didn't say anything about Serpent people.
No, but I suspect they may have removed your predecessor deliberately for some reason, or took advantage of his absence. And I think they were hoping to get rid of Mr. Gaskill in the same manner for some reason, to replace him, perhaps. But he's still quite ill, and I would like to find out what he was. It's not something I'm familiar with. It's not a poison or a disease I'm familiar with that he's been afflicted with. So I suspect if it's not something you have created, then it has to be something that these people here have created.
Well, I don't. I said I don't speak snake. All I know is they were. But the bees thing, they weren't actually doing bees. I've not seen any bees down here.
No, it doesn't seem to be much honey or bees down here.
There mostly seem to be a lot more
You're
people
sure
dying.
we can trust this person, Dr. Mortimer?
I think his insights will be useful in our situation. I believe he's quite a talented chemist, and that in itself will be useful if we need to ask for help in that sort of field, perhaps. So I wouldn't say trust, but I don't believe he'll try to attack us. I believe he was put in between a rock and a hard place, in that he was threatened, his family were threatened, and so yes, I think we can for now. And besides, we're actually on the grounds of where he works.
So, just a question. There's probably some flammable stuff up in your laboratory, right?
Oh, hi, yeah. Most
How
of that stuff
about-
shouldn't be near an open flame, or else.
How about we take some of that stuff and we chuck it down that pit, and then we make a big, hot, bright fire down in that pit?
I wouldn't do that just yet, because
What it?
Oh yeah, right. We can get the other body in there.
exactly. First, it seems they've been using it as a disposal place. So we can get rid of the skin, for example, that can be thrown down there. And the other body. I'd like to spend some time looking over these notes to see if I can try and understand them to work out what's happened, and if
By which notes do you mean? Forbes's notes or the Nakal notes?
the Narcol notes.
Okay, give me a roll for Nakal. Oh, they're in Nakal. Of course it's going to be a Nakal roll.
Okay, I was hoping I'd... No, that's a fumble. Let rest it. I'll probably drop them or
It's not-
something. They go
I'm
every...
going to say,
This-
you're reading these... this room's... I mean, it's a fairly big room. But it's still... You've got all of you, Forbes, Bob and Ben still in the corner, wondering what the hell is going on here. Waterman, you just kind of... There's lots of notes. There's notes, so you don't want to get blood on them. And as you take one set of notes that you're reading, sort of holding them up, trying to get some better light on them, your elbow catches the side of the vat where you'd stack some other notes on. Just it's got a ledge around it, and just one stick of the vat, just top sheet of these notes just slides into this vat as a splash of this bright greenish liquid. And I need you to make me a con roll, please.
Let's see. Hard success.
Fine. Yeah, it just splashes on here. You're a doctor, you know to, And Forbes, oi, I'd stay away from that. Even the snake people didn't touch it. They put gloves on to go anywhere near whatever that is.
Yeah, they've got some quite dangerous substances anyway. I think we need to get in touch with a friend who can understand these notes, sort out the disposal of the bodies that we have, and take it from there. It may be worth...
Might I see the notes, Mr. Davenport?
My notes, or which one's the Dr. Forbes notes, or the notes from...
The ones from the Serpent people.
Okay, I'll show them. Well, more or less.
Could I read the notes? With either my knowledge of Latin or of codes and the
Can you
code
read
languages?
the card?
I have never heard of this before, but I am good at
In-
Latin.
This is not Latin. This is not any language related to any human language. This is not... It's not that you can sort of trace back and see similarities. This language is completely alien to you. You're going to need to
Fortunately,
do
I
some
do not
study
understand
before
it.
you're ready to read this. But yes, as you're making plans to gather up the notes to do some body disposal, and otherwise try and find a treatment for Mr. Gaskill before he and Elsie succumb to the illness. Elsie's... don't know if any of you are aware of the success of Elsie's magic. I think, yes, you had, yes, John, you had visited, yes. Maximilian. So yes, you know that Elsie has bound her life to Gaskill's, which means Gaskill is no longer at imminent risk of dying tonight. You've got a little more time to work. But you're also, Elsie's life hangs in the balance here.
May I ask a question?
Yes.
With D'Angelo's understanding of the mind, is he aware that he is currently possessed by madness?
You're not possessed as such, but you know you're not quite... Look, you know that you have been through a traumatic experience, and you have seen how it breaks people. You saw what happened to Maddie. You saw what happened to many other people around you over the years. You know how these experiences can affect the mind. So yeah, you are aware that something is not right. But you're also not really fully aware that your desire to have greater understanding of the Black Pharaoh is the thing that's not right. If that makes sense. Like, that, of course, is a perfectly rational desire to do some research. That's not the madness, right? Obviously.
Right.
But, yeah, I think that is going to be where we have to leave things for tonight, because we are fast running out of time, and there's still a mysterious pit.